Isaiah chapter 4 this morning, and it's a small chapter, but it's packed full of a lot of truth. And in verse number 2, we get a reference to the Messiah, and that reads this: "In that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel." And if we go over to Jeremiah chapter 23, we see this reference talked about a little bit more. In verse number 5, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth." And that verse is really can kind of sum up the first few chapters of Isaiah, where we've seen a contrast between God's future reign and God's future judgment. And so here we have the entrance of the reference to the Messiah, and it goes on to talk about God's reign. Verse number 5 of Isaiah chapter 4 reads this: "And the Lord will create upon every dwelling place of Mount Zion, and upon her assemblies, a cloud and smoke by day, and the shining of a flaming fire by night. For upon all the glory shall be a defense, and there shall be a tabernacle for a shadow in the daytime from the heat, and for a place of refuge, and for a covert from storm and from rain." And what we see here is we see several attributes of God that one day we will be able to see by sight. And it's kind of the idea of, we believe now what we can't see, so in the future, one day we will see it and will be utterly amazed. And we see the reference to a cloud and smoke by day and the shining of a flaming fire by night. Just like the Israelites were led through the wilderness by God, God is our guide. And that's the first thing we see here. God is our guide, and he guides us today, but in the future, we'll be able to see it, and it'll be pretty cool. And then the end of verse 5 says, "For upon all the glory shall be a defense." God's glory will be so obvious, and it's already so powerful, but it will literally be our defense. And God's glory can be our defense today as well. If we have Jesus in our heart, if we've accepted the gospel, then we have God's protection in a sense, and God's glory is our defense. So not only is God our guide, but he's also our guard. And then if we go down to verse 6, it talks about for a place of refuge, and from a covert from storm and from rain. And the word that I picked there is the word garrison. Garrison is like a strong fort that you can run to that will protect you. So God is our guide, he's our guard, and he's our garrison. And obviously he's all of those things for us now, but in the future our faith will be turned to sight, and that will be a pretty cool day to see it.